guests are Art and Rosann Levy of the Roart Group, a strategic management consulting firm here in Fairfield, Connecticut. Well, they are a husband and wife team who have been serving small business and mid-sized businesses, restaurateurs, and family-owned businesses for many years now. So let us welcome Art and Rosann.
Thank you, Zeph.
So Art and Rosann, how has the holiday preparation been?
Crazy.
Crazy?
But exciting.
I bet it is.
I'm trying to find enough hours in the day to really get everything done. You know, I have my to-do lists out there, and I check them off every day. And
we women have to-do lists. Well, what about you, Art?
For me, it's very routine.
Routine?
It's very routine. I try and keep the same schedule and the same list of appointments and the same priorities that I do during the rest of the year. Otherwise, I'll just go nuts.
But you know, it is crazy this time of the year. But you know, what do you do as a business owner to get organized during the holidays? It can be crazy around this time of the year. So, what do you actually do for your business and maybe your personal life? You know, juggling it all together can be crazy.
The most important thing that we do, really, is time management.
He's better at time management than I am, but he
Really?
keeps me in check.
Which is why I answered the question first. And the whole issue is to try and create priorities as to what goes first and who you see and how you respond to various inquiries. It makes life much, much easier if you set aside a certain amount of time for business and a certain amount of time for family, fun, call it
For
what
play.
you want.
We like to play.
There you go. But do the priorities often work, or do you really have to nudge Rosann in the arm and go like, "Come on, get going"?
We've been successful.
Reverse.
We've been
I'm usually
successful
pulling
for a
it.
lot of years
Okay.
by having specific job titles and responsibilities for each of us and not crossing over.
So
We
you've learned how
we
to
learned
work.
early on.
Yes.
And we've been in business for longer than you've been alive. And we've been partners in
Right.
business for that long. And clearly establishing who's going to do what.
We're very
And
that's
respectful
important.
of boundaries.
That's true.
And
And
that-
that's important.
And that really, that works in business and in life in general.
That's
You
true.
know, people tend to cross over and get involved in other people's business, but that will take away. And especially during the holiday time, when things are even crazier and we're trying to get so much done, go shopping, you know, make sure everybody's taken
That's
care
true.
of.
That's true.
Whatever it is on your list, in addition to so many holiday parties that we have invitations to. Do we go to all the parties, or do we just, okay, wait, I have to pick and choose now? And
Of all
he's
those
better at- I
networking
will say-
events,
yes,
right?
Not
that's
only
right.
that, we don't necessarily go together,
Right.
Right.
which means you
Right.
go to twice as many events.
Divide and conquer.
Divide
right?
and conquer. That's a good way to put it.
That's true.
And you really have to, as already said, prioritize, you know, what's really the most important thing. What do we have to get done now? You know, true, during the year we have the same thing, but at this time of year, because we really want to get into the merriment of the season
Yes.
and really enjoy it. It's
Yes.
exciting. I mean, the news media and everybody's broadcasting, and you hear all the great music, you see the beautiful decorations. Of course, you want to play,
Yes.
but we really have
Absolutely.
to be focused, you know, and stay on top of what really needs to get done.
Time management is always an issue for us business owners,
Isn't it,
especially during
though?
the holiday season. And if you don't get hold of it, we're all over the place, right?
Oh, it's hard. It's really hard. But you know what? You can make it fun.
Yes.
And Artie and I share an office. We're actually back to back, which is kind of interesting. And, you know, he really does. He has his job description, I have mine. And that's another thing that's really important when you're working in your business. You know exactly whether you own your own business, whether you're working for someone, know exactly what your position is. What are you expected to do? What do you have to get done? You know, and if you really pay attention, I mean, at this time of year, you can even count on teamwork.
Yes.
You know, people want
Absolutely.
to help. This is the time to give back.
And let me just add to one other thing, is this is not the time to bite off more than you can chew.
No. Absolutely
This
not.
is the
I agree.
time to, you know, make your priority list and stick to it come hell or high water.
Especially the end of the year. You know, people forget the end of the year planning.
Well, that's something I speak all over Connecticut and really the New York metropolitan area. I talk about year-end tax planning, year-end business planning,
Right.
and all the things you need to do. You can't wake up on January 1st and say, gee, I should have done this or I should have done that. It's too late.
That's true. I agree. That's why we always have to plan ahead of time. So, if there is one strategy that you both have been using, let me ask Art this question first. If there is one strategy, Art, that you've been using over the past years in your business, something that has really worked around the holiday season for you to help you get organized as far as time management that you mentioned earlier, maybe one strategy that you can share with our audience today that could probably help them get over the craziness of the holidays?
Yeah, I mean, I go back to the same thing. It's called time management. If you manage your time and you don't take on more than you can possibly handle,
That's true.
it can be fun.
Okay, so
How
I'm
about
going to
you?
ask you, how do you control that though? Because he, as I said, is really better. at
Yeah,
time
that'll be a great
management.
story to know.
How do you control it?
that?
Sometimes you learn to say no.
Oh,
all
that's
right?
a good tip.
Sometimes you can't
like that tip.
do things.
Yes.
It's just impossible. And even though, you may call up and have a request and, oh, you got to have it, it's got to be done. Sometimes you just physically can't do it.
That's true.
If I were to do whatever you wanted done, I would probably have 10 other people either backed up or unhappy, and you can't do it.
You
So
can't make everybody happy,
No.
right?
it's
That's-
impossible. It's
That's
impossible.
he.
How about you, Rosann?
Well, he claims that I try to take care of the world and make everybody healthy all the time, which is really true. You can, and I think one of the things that I've learned from him is that I do have to put myself on hold and say, okay, Ro, that's it for today. And it's something that took me a long time to learn because I had this impetus to just, I have to get this done, I have to get it done, and I can work into all hours of the evening. Now, we have different biological clocks. He's a morning person and I'm an evening person.
Right.
So I'd be working 8, 9 o'clock and he'd say, come on, let's watch TV or whatever, have a glass of wine. And no, I must finish this. Must finish this.
We
So I
women
have to
forget
stop.
that we need to switch off sometimes, right? That's our
right.
challenge.
And it's
I'm
important.
not sure that's completely a gender issue.
Really?
yeah.
But I think many women think that way, and it's great. I'm glad that you actually mentioned that because many of us are thinking that way. And you're right. It's not a gender issue. It's a matter of managing it right.
And plus, for all of us, I don't care who you are or how old you are or what you're doing, after a while, you're not doing as good a job.
Yes.
You get tired, you get worn
Absolutely.
down, the stuff gets boring, you get angry, you lose your temper, and
Yes.
that's not a
Patience.
good thing.
Actually, that's true. That's true.
Patience, thank you.
Yeah.
So, during this holiday, I always like to ask, do you have a good holiday story? Something probably your customers or clients did for you during the holiday that really that blew you out of your mind, and then maybe you did something for them, something nice. What's maybe something that you could share with us about a good holiday story that probably happened to you last year or this year? Do you have one?
Well, I like to think that we do this all year,
Okay.
that we're really helping and working with the clients. I don't want to say 24/7 because we're talking about time management and saying how we have to, turn off the clock. But the fact of the matter is we are always available, really, for the most part, available if someone really has a major problem or their anxieties are rising. I mean, which is especially at this time of year where people get more anxious. They have Christmas gifts to buy and they want to
Yeah.
get their work done and they have their kids and everything else pulling at them. So anxieties start to creep up. You get overwhelmed. But it's like, okay, I have to put this on hold. How do I deal with this? And I look to him.
Right. And if I've done my job
Mm-hmm.
during the course of the year,
Mhm.
dealing with my clients and
Yes.
the people I work with,
Mm-hmm.
then I've taught them, among the things they have to do is respect my time too.
That's true. That's true. We often
I just want to
forget
add one
And,
thing.
and
Sure.
let me just finish this.
Sorry.
that. We love this. We husband and wives do that a lot.
That's the reward I get. I mean,
That's
if
true.
I get calls at 11 o'clock on a Friday night, there's nothing happens in my
That's true.
business that I can fix
At
that
11
hour.
o'clock.
That's your anxiety coming out.
That's
Or
true.
the fact that you were so messed up with your lack of time management during the day that you waited until the last possible moment.
That's true.
no good.
That's true.
Well, and in the world today with emails and text and so
Mm.
on, and text, goodness, I mean,
Yeah, how do you manage that,
the
especially?
text
Yeah.
is a big. That's what I was thinking of. Was people will send us, and you can hear the anxiety in their voice through a text or through an email. So it's like, do you respond or don't you respond? I mean, I think it was last night or the night before. He just had a text from a client, And I said, Artie, you know what? She's really anxious, so just calm her. Find a way to calm her. And all right, granted, we're sitting watching TV, and he's writing a text to her. Don't worry about it. We will take care of it. And if people understand that's what's really going on, it's the anxiety that is making you, feeling insecure. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Like he said, it's not brain surgery.
Yeah.
It's.
And I'm glad you shared that, because I think, many business owners forget that, it is high touch, for you to do that with your clients, because, you can't often say no, but you can always tell them, you know what, you can always try to work with them and calm them down and say, oh, I'll be okay. And I think most of us, that's all we want to know.
That's right.
It'll all be okay.
That's right.
Right?
One of the things I try and do on a regular basis, if you send me a text or an email, or even if I get a phone message,
Right.
even if I can't deal with whatever your problem is at the time, I will always send back a message saying,
Yes.
I will look at it tomorrow, I will get back to you the week, in 6 weeks, or whenever it is, and tell people when I'm going to deal with their issue, so that at least they know I haven't forgotten about them.
That's actually a great tip that many business owners forget. I mean, for us out there, it's easy to forget about doing the simple, short get back to the text or get back to the email. If you're busy, you can't get to them. The best way is to say, okay, got it. I'll get back to you as soon as, I get back home, which is in an hour. Be specific, right, about when you're going to get back to them. And I think that gives them a level of expectation as to, oh, they're not going to help me, but actually they are. They just can't do it right now.
Right.
So that is a great strategy, and thank you for sharing that.
Response is so important.
Absolutely.
Well,
they
what it
all
comes
want to
down
feel
to-
special.
What it all comes down to is communication.
Yes, absolutely. And, that's one thing that we all need to master.
All right, it's
Right?
true.
Okay. All right. Since it's just a matter of days before the holidays go into full swing, is there anything special that you often offer your clients during this time of the year? If there's a special announcement that you would like to share with our audience?
Well, from our business, because of the type of work we do, we have put together a 2012 financial planning checklist.
Okay.
And it's filled with great information to make your tax planning and year-end planning much easier. It's free.
Okay.
If anyone wants it, please send us an email, a text, and give us a phone call. We're
So
happy
for
to-
them to get in touch with you, how would they get in touch with you, Rosann?
they can check our website.
And the website is?
the roartgroup.com.
Okay. And phone number?
And phone number is 917-744-3660.
How about your email?
Email is Rosann, and that's ROSANN at theroartgroup.com.
Okay.
All one word.
Thank
Just
you.
so people know, Ro is for Rosann, Art is for Art.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we're very creative.
I'm sure you are. I mean, that's branding, right?
Yeah,
That's branding.
yeah.
Keeping it close. So, is there any special social mission or local?
I just want. I'm sorry to
Sure,
interrupt. I just want
sure.
to go back to one other thing that we do offer, and it's also it can be money saving for small business owners. We have just put together an ebook called "How to Control Cash Flow."
Oh, that's
so it's a
exciting.
way for people to really learn and understand. We all struggle with cash flow. As a small business owner, I can't imagine anyone isn't struggling in
Yes.
today's world
In the economy that we are in right now,
with
especially.
cash flow. And this
Okay.
is a simple guide that they can just go through. It's not very technical, but in layman's terms, and it's on our website. They can purchase it, and I really do recommend it if they want to learn how to keep the cash in their pocket.
Yes.
And have more money to buy Christmas.
We all
gifts
need
for
more
them.
money
Yeah,
this time of
that's
year,
it.
especially, right?
Right.
So, yeah. So, does your business actually support or tie in a local, social mission or local community projects
We
that you
do.
do? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to share with our audience
Sure, I
what
would
it
love
is?
to. I
Okay.
am on the board of trustees for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, the
Okay.
Connecticut chapter,
Okay.
and I've been with them for about 3.5 years. It's a fabulous organization. They really are doing tremendous work and research on really stamping out these horrific diseases. It's all related to blood cancers, and I cannot tell you how, in the 3 short years I'm there, how much work and how much research they've done where they're really, going forward. I have a book, my memoir, It's Never Too Late to Dance. It's an
Okay.
inspirational journey of my life,
Okay.
and he's part of it as well.
Awesome.
I'm the
30
bad guy.
30% of the sales, you can get it on Amazon.com. It's Kindle for digital as well as paperback or hardcover. And 30% of the sales that I get will go to the society. Plus, next week at my networking group in Stamford, we're having a holiday party, and I'm asking people to please bring an unwrapped gift
Okay.
for children ages 1 to 15
Okay.
that will be donated to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. So,
Okay, thank you. It's been a pleasure having you both here with us today, and happy holidays, and we'll see you in 2013.
Well, thank you,
You
and the
got
same
it.
to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank
It's been
you.
our pleasure.